Hello everyone. So there's something buzzing across social media lately that might have caught your attention. Rumours suggesting that on December the 10th, 2025, if you divorce or separate from your partner in the UK, you could face automatic deportation. If you've been hearing this and wondering whether it's true, you're not alone. Let's dive deep into what the government actually says about it and separate fact from fiction. Shout out to my amazing returning subscribers. It's always a pleasure to have you back. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So, back to this alarming rumour. I must admit, it sounds pretty shocking. I've seen people share this news, and some of my viewers have commented asking if it's true. Naturally, I went into research, modai donde, my investigative hat, so to speak, and here's what I discovered. Let's first talk about the government regulations surrounding visas when relationships change. If you're in the UK on a dependent or spousal visa, your immigration status is tied directly to your partner's visa. This means that if you separate or divorce, you're actually required to notify the Home Office. The simplest explanation is that if your visa is linked to your partner and that relationship ends, you must tell the authorities. It's crucial to understand that if you are, say, on a spousal visa, and your partner's visa is the root of your eligibility to stay in the UK, once you divorce, you have to take action. You can either apply to stay on your own, or you may have to leave the UK. Now, I've heard some heart-wrenching stories about people in this situation. One case that stuck with me involved a woman who received a notice saying she had 60 days to find another sponsorship or leave the UK. Imagine receiving that kind of news. You're uprooted from your home just because your relationship fell apart. And that's exactly what can happen when you have a visa tied to a partner. If they remove you from their certificate of sponsorship or COS, you're left in a vulnerable position. But here's the catch. While your visa status might change, this doesn't automatically mean you're facing deportation. I went through social media and encountered fears and questions surrounding this supposed policy change. Many were baffled as to why only one party would suffer the consequences. It's important to clarify that your visa becoming invalid due to separation doesn't equate to immediate deportation. When I first saw this headline, I thought to myself, would any responsible government enact such a contentious policy that effectively encourages people to stay in abusive or failing relationships? The UK government has made strides to protect individuals in precarious situations. Let's not forget about the narration of the woman who's now facing a tough deadline. She can apply for a new visa depending on her situation. Sure, her partner's actions limited her options, but it's not the end of the line. The reality is the UK government has stringent immigration laws and aims to limit migration through various means. However, pressing individuals into unhealthy marriages as a means of avoiding deportation isn't one of them. It just doesn't add up. If you're in the unfortunate circumstance of separating or divorcing, it's critical to act quickly. You need to apply for another type of visa. For example, you might be eligible for a work visa if you can find a job, or apply as a parent if you have a child with British nationality. What about those who've suffered domestic violence? The rules are more compassionate here. The government will allow those affected by abuse to apply for indefinite leave to remain in the UK. This shows that the system isn't designed to punish those who separate, but rather to offer avenues of support for vulnerable individuals. Civilians often wonder about the actual process and its implications. You might seek legal advice, especially if you're navigating complex emotional waters. Visit the government website. It's all publicly available, where you can find the latest rules and regulation. Carefully examine whether the information has any official basis. Spoiler alert. After my extensive search, I couldn't find any documents supporting the rumour of an automatic deportation policy set to roll out on December the 10th, 2025. Now, there are other pathways to remain in the UK even after a relationship ends. For example, you could qualify for indefinite leave to remain based on long-term residence if you've been in the UK for many years, or if you've experienced domestic abuse. Citizens Advice offers a wealth of information, suggesting that consulting with an immigration lawyer can provide personalised guidance according to your unique situation. Some of you might ask, what about those who have lived in the UK for a significant period? The system is designed with flexibility in mind. If you've been here continuously for 20 years, or if you're under 18 and have lived here for at least 7 years, your status might still be eligible for review. A critical aspect of this topic revolves around the misconception that divorce leads to immediate self-deportation. It doesn't. There are steps you can take to stabilize your situation, whether it's through work, familial ties, or other forms of legal residence. Let's quickly summarize. If you separate from a partner and your visa is affected, you need to act quickly, typically by seeking another visa option. Automatically being deported? That's just not how the system functions. What's currently in place provides options for those who find themselves in a challenging position. Lastly, my advice to everyone is clear. Don't fall for rumors without checking the facts. Verify, consult legal experts when in doubt, and always check the government website for the most updated information. I hope this breakdown clarified the confusion surrounding this issue. Now, I really want to hear from you. Have you come across this rumor? Where did you first hear about it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!